Oh, well, hello there.
Well, hello.
Good morning, Jason. How are you today?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm pretty fantastic myself. I'm wondering if people are going to think, whoa, I can't wait for these predictions.
I can hardly wait myself.
These guys are amazing. What are we going to do? What are we going to come up with? But I do have a friend sent me this shirt. How cool is this shirt? Can you see it? Pandemic.
Yeah.
So it's that. What's it from? From a play or something? Oh, somebody's saying hi already. Thanks. Oh, Danae, we can always count on her.
Hello, Danae. Good to see you this morning.
What?
Good to see Danae this morning.
Exactly. Okay, so how's everything going up there? You're in Prescott, Jason. What's the weather like?
So whatever your temperature gauge says right behind you, subtract 20 from that, and that's what we are. So
okay. So
it is a couple degrees away from perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's been pretty nice here, but everybody, hi, it's Katie and Jason. Check this out, PC. I'm Katie.
I'm Jason.
Whoa! In case you couldn't figure that out, we do have name tags as well.
Yeah, we do. You like that?
Just in case. Okay, so everybody, Jason and I were talking about this, and as you know from like my Canada with Katie, sometimes I'm like, what are we going to talk about? And Jason suggested, let's talk about predictions for 2021. And I was like, that's a pretty good idea because we're almost halfway through. We're like, what, 4.5? January?
Yeah, we're 3.5 months through.
3.5 months. This is why I'm the real estate agent. He's the lender. 3.5 months in. Here's one thing I've noticed, and then I'll ask you, Jason. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not wearing any of my jewelry. I feel naked. Okay. I have noticed that what I thought was going to happen was after coming out of COVID and everything, I thought people were going to be a lot nicer. I thought it was going to be like, hey, we're living in solidarity. You know what I mean? Like we've all been through this and, you'd be out on the streets and stuff and people would be nicer. And I have not witnessed that at all. I'm not giving up, but I have noticed that people have been a lot not nicer. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. So here's what's interesting. The answer to that is.
That's funny.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Almost the two of you. I know, Danae. You're welcome.
I get that a lot. I mean, people call me Katie all the time, and I have to correct them. So.
Jason. Okay.
So here's the deal. It's really interesting you say that. I don't know if it's just because Prescott is a smaller town. I suspect that has something to do with it. But it's a little bit different vibe up here.
Not this.
Than it is down there.
Can you read that real quick?
I can, yes. I wish people were nicer. I agree. People be being, yeah.
Beat shoes. Beat shoes. They're being beat shoes.
You know what, though? On some basis, is it really that surprising? I mean, look at the election that we just came off of. Look at the way, look, we're in the middle of a culture war, really. I mean, there's a culture war in the United States, and I think that in some ways well, I don't even want to say it's nonviolent because there's rioting, there's all kinds of stuff that's going on in certain parts of the country, but it's kind of like the unofficial second civil war in a lot of ways because we're lining up on two different sides and we're saying you're not in my club and you're not in my club and I believe this and you believe this, and since we believe different things, now we don't like each other, and so I guess on some basis it's not that surprising, is it?
No, it's just I don't know. It just eats at me sometimes. I just don't really want to. It makes me want to run away and live in a small town like we were, just like the middle of nowhere. You
want to know one thing I can suggest to you, Miss Katie?
Yes.
You want to hear a really cool idea?
Yes, of course.
Just to restore your faith in humanity and our culture or whatever. I think they're playing baseball now at schools. I was driving by the other day and I saw a bunch of kids. Just go to a high school sporting event. It can be baseball, whatever it is, and just watch the kids play.
Yeah.
On the field, there's no Democrats. There's no Republicans.
Yeah.
There's no my club, your club. It's interesting because athletics, and I know you're an athlete.
Mhm.
It's interesting how we still have these things that can bring us together. And I look the way forward, and I think what we really need to, as a culture, figure out, we have to look for the reasons why we're more similar than we are dissimilar. And until we start doing that, I don't necessarily know people are going to be a lot nicer. We got to start by finding reasons that we have lots of things in common.
I think I don't think I agree. I agree with that completely because I work on mindset and stuff all the time. So I'm in my little happy bubble. I can't control other people's reactions, but I can control my reactions, right?
Yeah.
But and talking about it though with like-minded people, sometimes it's like, yeah, I get it. We're on the same page. It's just I don't know. I'm interested to see how the rest of the freaking year goes. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Dave's got a comment. People need to learn one thing: stay in your own lane. If you don't agree with someone, keep your shut. No need to be mean.
Yeah.
Keep your mouth shut. Yeah, there is no. It's that whole adage, right? Like if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all.
It's interesting. Somewhere along the way, we got to a place where, and look, we have freedom of speech, and I think that is super, super important. And I think it's also fantastic that we have the ability to express ourselves. I think that that's also super important. But man, sometimes the way that we express ourselves is it really that important, to post something on social media or whatever it is, talking about, who you hate, who you're sick and tired of, like, what she said is right. Like I think a lot of things. I say not so many of them just because.
A place to wear a hat, Jason. That's not what's going on up there.
Well, it's. I'll put it to you like this. I wish that we culturally would take a step back and realize I've never walked a day in your shoes. I don't know what it's like to be you. I don't know the sum of your experiences. I don't know why, you have gotten to a place where, you feel that way. And you know what? It's different than mine. But I tell you what, it's something that we can, it's something that we can agree to disagree on in different places. And it's okay. It doesn't mean that you're bad or I'm bad, and I think we've just gotten to a place where, we have decided that our own opinions are so important. And I just think that there's a lot of pride that goes into that. I think we'd be so much better recognizing, what, I haven't, I don't know where you've been. Preach it. Go, Katie. Platform, go. Mic drop. Boom.
I was trying to make your head bigger, and it was like, hey, there's Katie. No, woo! No, I mean, you're absolutely right. Like, it's just, yeah. I lost my train of thought on that now. Do you guys see why he's my number one lending partner? Because just the views and stuff, and it's just, yeah. I lost my train of thought on that. Whoops, that's okay though.
Can I give you one more nugget? Can I give you one more thing?
Yeah.
I actually talked about this on Sunday. Katie, would you agree with this statement that culturally and as a society, it's getting darker and harder out there?
Yeah.
You agree with that, right? Yeah, I think all Americans feel it. I think all of us recognize there's, just this oppression that's kind of happening, where people are being more, mean to each other, whatever it is. The cool thing is if you have that little flashlight in your hand, if you got a little flashlight, a little ray of light, and you can shine it into that darkness, you can make it brighter for somebody else. And we do have the power to affect those around us. So if somebody's struggling or having a hard time, or if somebody is in a dark place and they're just, like Danae said, dark and icky, sometimes we can come alongside. And if we share a flashlight and, kind of beat that dark back a little bit, little by little, we might be able to reclaim this place. So we do have the power. We really do, together, to just change our mindset. And I'll tell you what it is. It's love yourself and love your neighbor. That's what it is.
It's just be decent. Like more love, less hate, right? More love and light. Like just, and that's the thing. Like when Danae says stay in your own lane, that just means also just to be okay with who you are. And that, like I said, we can't put our thoughts and feelings on others, right? So some of that too is thwarting that and not letting that get to you, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, but this isn't like, hi. Positive thoughts.
Whoa.
Jason.
Did you just you put my soapbox down here? How'd you do that? Where'd you see it come in?
I was wondering if you would find that.
It was right there. I sat on my soapbox for the first 10 minutes of our show. Who knew?
Ooh, I know it's true though, and it's like and we're working on consistency. So Jason and I, with doing the podcast and I'm doing the Canada Katie thing, and it's it's just, and this is the nice time that we get to spend together too. It's funny, right? And we get to chat a little bit. So Jason, give me one of your predictions though. What's one of your predictions that you have?
Okay. Bold prediction number 1. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Post-COVID, a third of all movie theaters are going to close.
A third of all movie theaters are going to close. Do you guys agree with that? Hey, I have this on Do Not Disturb. Why did that come through?
I do not believe that the entertainment industry is necessarily going to go back to the way that it was. I feel like we spent some of our stimulus money on TVs and entertainment systems, and I think we've all gotten, we've all just fallen in love with binge watching things, and so I feel like movie theaters are still going to have a place, but it's going to be a reduced role in entertainment for Americans. So I predict 1/3 of all movie theaters. That's my bold prediction. Bold prediction number 1: a third will close.
I think it makes sense because I think, and also with the movie companies, and if you had HBO Max and then some other things they would release out to theaters and then also to HBO Max, and then new releases you could buy for $20. So why wouldn't you sit at home with your loved ones and family and friends for $20 for the whole family, have popcorn and stuff there, chat, pause it, go to the bathroom, whenever you want. I think people have gotten used to that, and I think just based on everything and people moving out of California, there's a lot of the people famous people moving out of California too. So I don't know what we'll see with the whole Hollywood scene and stuff. So today says that there will always be popcorn. I know the movie popcorn is much better. It is.
It is. Hey, there you go. Her bold prediction is there will be a shadow industry for movie theater popcorn to pick up for your home entertainment. There you go.
Listen, we could start our own business and probably sell the crap out of that stuff.
Holy cow.
So, okay, here's my first prediction. Ooh, these are not blowing or anything. So of all the millions of people that, I'm like, is there a bug down there?
I put your soapbox back. So
okay, thank you. All right, so my big prediction is that, like I said, they're not mind blowing. So all the millions of people that are going to watch this on YouTube and they're going to be like, "Ooh, 2021 predictions. What are they?" Well, here they are, guys. Get ready. Jason just had his. Mine is that people are going to continue to work from home. I mean, that makes sense because I think bosses, management, whatever, they realize now that people actually will work at home. Now, here's the thing. We all were forced to. Nobody could go anywhere. So, hey, if you wanted to work and make money, you had to. But now, okay, what's going on here? There's nothing down there, but I think it's like my hair that's falling down. I'm like feeling these little things. Anywho, I think that's going to be the thing because people enjoy it. And I work from home really well. Like I've gotten used to it. I mean, of course I go out and about because I'm a realtor. I got to drive everywhere, But I just think that that's going to continue to be a trend. And then we'll revisit that later when we talk about the housing market. So do you agree?
I actually very much agree with that. Commercial space is going to be very, very different over the next several years. So
yeah. Okay, what's your second prediction?
Second prediction. Okay. I believe that we are going to see a substantial rise in multi-generational living, meaning you're going to have parents and kids and extended family. You're going to see kids moving in mom and dad more and more and more, or mom and dad teaming up with kids or whatever it is. You're going to see multiple generations under one roof because these housing prices are way outstripping wages. And so the way, in my opinion, that's going to react, there's a model for it. You can see it even, I don't want to compare America to a third world country, but when you can't afford things, that's what it's like. So you're going to see some more. So that's bigger houses, things like that, with more space for more generations to share costs and things. So I believe we're going to for that.
But that's also going to be, if you want to live with your family, sometimes you don't have a choice. And I think you're right. So, that's a really interesting prediction, I think. She says, I love my mom, but oh, hell no. Hey, mom. She had said back here too about staying at home. It makes sense why go to an office if you can do your job at home, which is true. I just think that this is a fly, by the way, that's driving me crazy. I can't stand flies and it keeps landing on my legs. So I don't wear pants though. They're just shorter pants.
It's
not like you're pantless like some of the people out there. All right, my second prediction is that people are gonna I think a lot of people learned how to cook. I think cooking shows probably got a big increase in views. I think people are gonna stay home more and go out less to eat. It's gonna be more for maybe special occasions and stuff because I mean I cook, I stay at home, I have the gluten allergies and stuff, so it's easier for me to cook at home anyway, which is why when I travel I like Airbnbs because then I have a kitchen and stuff and I can make my food. I mean I'll still go out for like dinner or something, but I just think it's gonna be less. I don't necessarily think like I don't know how I can equate this. Like not that necessarily restaurants are gonna be less packed. It's just gonna be the people at different times going. Like it might be a constant. I mean, I don't see it as like a 2-hour wait thing anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not.
No, I can see it. We've changed, right? Like things are different than they were. We've gone out less, so people tend to stick with what it is that they know. I get it.
I'm so flexible.
So flexible.
I know. Okay, okay. So what is your next prediction?
Okay.
Third
my third and final prediction. Ready?
Yes.
Since we're in the real estate industry, that's our sector, and everybody asks this question. I know, get real close. Ready? The real estate market, the housing market, will stay hot. Why is that a bold prediction? Because it's been so hot for so long, so everybody is asking questions. Hey, when is it going to pop? There was an article that I'd seen this morning. Is there a bubble? All this stuff. So here's my third bold prediction. Because everybody's out there talking about the housing market. Is it going to go down? Whatever. My prediction, boldly, it's going to stay hot. But there's a caveat. It's going to be in certain markets. It's going to be in certain markets. And it's going to be markets like, say it, Katie, like where?
It's Arizona.
Exactly, because everybody is moving to Phoenix, and it's a function of supply, which is really low, and demand, which is really high. Yeah. That's what's going to keep it hot.
Jason, that's good. Remind me to revisit that because you know me, I'll forget. Jennifer's got a good comment here. I agree with Jason. Our home is a permanent landing point for the kids, especially in today's economy. And I think agrarian living is going to come back in big time.
Yep.
Personal gardens will increase while food sources become questionable. Oh my gosh, that's a great prediction right there, isn't it?
It is. Wait, how many documentaries have we seen on where we source our food? You know, like
I said
are we eating these days?
Oh, sorry, I'm obsessed with that. I said the word wrong. Agrarian.
No.
English teacher. What did you say about the food? Sorry.
I agree with what it is that she's saying. Like, you know, there's so much question now about where it is that we even source our food from. Where does it come from? What do they put in it? You know, like.
Yeah. Well, that's a really good. And I've always wanted to garden, and I just haven't. So maybe that's something I should take time to do, also. Right.
Yeah.
And are you ready for my last prediction?
I want your third and final. Give me a good one.
It's not good. I mean, it's like, okay. More at-home workouts and gyms and stuff. Like they've already done it with the Peloton thing and then that mirror thing, you know, where they're figuring out how to make money by not bringing people into gyms. And I think more people are going to work out at home. I was talking to a friend yesterday. She set up a little at-home gym in her garage. A lot of my friends that are throwers, right, have gyms in their garage. I think we're going to see less people out crowded in the gyms and continuing to work out at home.
I agree with you.
Okay, so to circle back, as they say in the comedy world, when you said the Phoenix market, because it is, we talked about this a few weeks ago, right? That we're the second hottest market in the nation. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill this fly. It's driving me nuts. That's another reason why people will continue to work from home, because you're allowed to work from home, and this is why people are moving here. This is why Phoenix is such a hot market, because they're like, well, if I'm going to have to stay home when I'm not working, where would I rather be? Would I rather be, you know, freezing to death in the snow, or could I go on a hike in December? You know?
Well, think about it from the perspective also of like of a large employer, right? If you're trying to employ a workforce that a workforce that is going to be available. Like we don't have snow days in Phoenix, right? The city is extraordinarily well managed. We don't have to deal with like rolling blackouts. I mean, imagine if you're a Fortune 500 company and you've set your workforce up to be able to work at home, and then you have to deal with the rolling blackout because the power companies can't handle the load on the system or whatever it is that happens in some other markets out there. We don't have earthquake, the natural disasters. It's not like we're in Florida. Oh, we're on hurricane watch. It's really one of those markets that, everything is really steady. It's really, really predictable. And as a business, predictability is one of the things that you want. So when you look at the sheer volume of companies that are relocating jobs to Arizona and specifically to the Phoenix market, that demand, I mean, those people have to live somewhere, and that demand is really going to fuel, that market staying on, just like you said.
Yeah. So, hey, move to Phoenix, guys. I know a good realtor. I know a good lender.
That's right. We got the tag team.
Oh, that's awesome. So I don't know. We got a prediction from Jennifer there, and then Danae says I need to get motivated to work out. And so I'm telling you, Danae, that stuff. Start checking into that. YouTube's got free workouts too. You can do yoga. You can do all kinds of things. People I know have bought the Peloton Type bike and then just use YouTube for their workouts. Yeah. And I use it for yoga and stuff. Like really. So, why not? The only thing you can't do is hot yoga. You can in your garage here. Jennifer says this is so hot. It is, literally.
Phoenix, you can do hot yoga, actually.
I can. I'm in my garage or out back in the summer for sure.
That's right.
All right. So, you know what time it is. Do you have anything else to add to our predictions?
I don't. I'm so anxious for today's Weird in the News. I got to see what you got here.
Well, some days are better than other, but we've got Weird in the News. Woo. So seriously, I need to pay people to do a little thing for us. Okay. So this is cute. Okay. And okay, let me hang on a sec. I gotta put my glasses on now. All right, this is a tortoise with joint problems gets around on a rollerboard at a German zoo. Can you see this?
Whoa. Look at that.
For some reason, I don't think there's any sound, but you'll see it. It's adorable. Oh, there's sound. Look at him.
Golly.
And that's all the video is. It just shows him scooting around. But you know what it tells us? That animals absolutely can adapt. You'd think that, because they've created little wheelchairs for dogs and, things like that. And here's this little tortoise that can't get around. And he's probably 400 years old or something. I don't know, they live forever. I always told my sister I didn't want a turtle or a parrot because it's too much responsibility because they live too long.
Got to be able to reset.
I mean, that's cute, right? That's weird. I mean, really. Like,
what if you get a bad tortoise and he's a real jerk, right? Like,
exactly.
Then you can't get rid of him because you'll feel bad and he'll never die. So it's like,
yeah. I mean, like, is this tortoise like getting like vertigo issues because now suddenly he's moving around faster and he can't handle it? I don't know. All right, next up, let's see. Okay, this is weird. Are you ready for this one? This is so weird. Oh gosh. Okay. Frog eats beetle. Beetle escapes live through frog's butt. Okay. Can you see the frog?
Why not?
Here's the frog.
Yeah.
Looks pretty unassuming, right? Like nothing to look at here, guys. All right. So there's a little. This one didn't have sound, so we'll see. I don't know if I want to see this, but this is the strangest thing, and I'll read it to you. Okay. Bigger. Can I make it bigger? Shoot. Is it big or no?
No.
That's big enough. Okay. I don't think it has sound. So here's the beetle. Hey, little guy. I don't know. Time lapse, I don't know. Maybe they'll tell us.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So he's just sitting there. 115 minutes later.
4 times the speed. Assume the position.
So this guy scientist, like, yeah, look, 93% of the beetles fed to a frog during the study escaped the frog's vent within 4 hours, frequently entangled in fecal pellets. The quickest beetle escaped within an impressive 6 minutes.
Well, Fred, it's all clear in here. You're good until next time, buddy.
Like, there it is crawling on him. How weird is that? You know what I mean? Like, so here's the frog, and they say the article. I mean, if you're interested, it is weird too.
Lord.
Yeah,
Is that what they call a stink bug?
Well, it says it's an aquatic beetle. It's evolved to become a better swimmer. It took me a minute. Boom. Okay, because this aquatic beetle has evolved to become a better swimmer by kicking its legs and can breathe underwater by trapping a small pocket of air under its wing covers, the beetle may have also evolved to survive inside a frog's intestines long enough to escape through its captor's tush. So like that's a very weird evolution. Agreed?
That's just bizarre.
Well, you know what? What can we do to help these beetles? I know what. So Jennifer Taylor says, so gross.
Yes, that is so gross.
Does that make it a frog juice beetle versus beetle juice? Ooh, nice. Put up. See, look at us. Look at all this game early in the AM.
I like it.
Well, you know what time it is? You know what time it is, Jason?
I do know.
There's something I need you to know. I need to tell you something.
Tell me.
I don't know if you're ready. I don't know if you're ready for it.
It's a big step here. I don't know.
Brace yourself. Are you ready? I love your socks. I love your socks so much.
Can I make a confession? You ready?
I'm nervous.
My socks don't even match today.
Oh, I love them even more. Boom.
Katie, you know how I feel about your socks already. You know. I love them.
They're very good when I'm wearing them.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us. And I know these predictions were mind-blowing.
Big day.
Tune in next week for some more fun. Woo-hoo.
Yep.